I'll speak.
Mr. Belenski.
I want to get an answer to a question I've got. September 26th or 27th, 2010, made a public records request for the county's internet access logs, because I've made requests for those in the past to see who's playing games on the internet, who's wasting time. We always hear we're short of money, but we got plenty of time to play on the computer. And I got a response to that request that said no responsive records. And the state attorney, or the Secretary of State's records retention schedule is 1 year for those records. So they should have been available, but they weren't. In March 2011, I saw Mr. Alvarez down here in the basement out front of the county administrator office, and I asked him about that. Where were those? And he told me that you guys don't have to keep them because you don't use them for anything. And I tried to explain to him that Secretary of State said you got to keep them, and he got mad and just left. Then I find out I made another request for those same records in November, about November 2nd, 2011. I made a request for those same records, and Mr. Shambly sent me a thing that said they'd be available in a month, about a month, I think it was. And eventually I came in to look at the records first part of January 3rd or 4th. I came in to look at the records. And I asked Mr. Shambly what happened to the records back that I made a request for in September of 2010, and he told me that Chris Grant, the guy that supposedly responded to my request or told Lorna Delaney, the letter I got from Lorna Delaney said no responsive records. He told me that Mr. Grant determined that I didn't have the computer capability to look at the records, so therefore I didn't get them. And as luck would have it, you had a catastrophic hard drive failure and some of the records are lost. But that happened after I made my request. So if you look at what the Public Records Act says, it says when a person makes a request, you've got one of three responses. You provide the records. You give me the second choice is you give me a letter or some kind of notification of when I will get the records, that you need more time to compile the records. Or number three, you deny my request and you tell me what the exemption is that applies to my request. There is no fourth exemption or fourth response capability in there. It says, well, we determine you don't have the capability to look at them, so therefore you don't get them. That isn't in there. So,
thank you very much, Mr. Belenski. We'll respond to that.
Yeah, you do that.
Anyone else have a comment this morning? Close public comment at this time.